Hi everyone, welcome back to Young and Wifed Up. This is Marcella.
And I'm Gabby.
And thanks for joining us this week for another episode.
There's going to be lots of links for today's episode. You know how it goes when we do a favorites episode, so head over to youngandwifedup.com and please subscribe to our YouTube channel and join our Facebook group.
Also, if you'd like to support us, you can buy us a coffee at buymeacoffee.com. Just head to our website and click the coffee cup and it'll send you to that site. You can also shop with our sponsors, which include Imperfect Foods, Covenant Eyes, and Earth Hero. Leave a 5-star review with Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen and are able to leave a review. And also be sure to share with your friends and fam.
Flawless.
Wow.
That was incredible delivery, Marcella. We should keep that and then just copy and paste it to future episodes.
I feel like I fumbled on the buy us a coffee part.
No, you did
listen,
great.
But no, I fumbled.
Okay, well,
sure.
when I listen back, I'll
see. Listen back.
Anyway,
I realized as I was talking, I'm missing
earrings. Oh no.
I only have I have double lobe piercings on each ear, and I only have the top one.
It's so embarrassing.
It's so embarrassing. I don't know what to do. Do I fix them? I can't because my nails are like.
So you get for having long nails. Which the second I'm done with my last show, I'm coming to Marcella's salon.
Wow.
And I want the longest stiletto nails.
This is the longest I currently have.
That's what I want. I want that,
the longest,
but like
if you're watching. Oh my gosh. This alone, just with a basic color, I'm like, my efficiency with nails is so horrible. This takes me like 2 hours to do.
Wow.
With the tips. And so every time I do my nails, I like do a new set. I'm like, I'm going to do design this time because I got to practice. And then I get my nails on, I get my base color on, and then I'm like, I'm tired. I'm done. This is good enough for me.
Yeah. I totally get it.
Wow. But yeah. Yeah. These are, I'm going on,
2 weeks?
Oh, like 2.5 weeks now.
They look really good.
And you know what? I've had a couple of like freak out moments where my nail has caught something and it is like peeled and bent slightly off of my nail bed, and it is very painful because they're glued. Like,
wow. Think
of super glue times 50. That is like the type of stuff. It's like cement.
Yeah.
For your nails. Yeah, that's a little bit scary, but they're almost ready to be taken off, and then I have a new set. But I need new colors. I have like pinks and reds and some
browns
and browns and purples and very like glittery dramatic colors, and I don't have anything else besides that. I need more.
You need some variety in your life.
Okay, so what color do you want then?
I told you I want cheetah print. You can't do that?
Serious?
Yeah, you can't do that?
No.
Why not?
I can do...
It should be easy. It's like little circles or something.
Oh,
right?
It's so easy. Then why don't I can give you the polish?
No.
And then you can do it.
The Lord has gifted you.
The Lord has not gifted me. Trust me.
You know, speaking of earrings, I thought of something that really funny that happened a couple weeks ago. So I pick up one of my piano students and take her to choir on Tuesdays. Yeah. And she's so cute. Like
she's super cute.
The conversations in the car are just hilarious. Like talking to a 10-year-old girl is so crazy. Because she's like fully conscious, you know, and has her own opinions. You're like, I'm used to talking to toddlers.
Yeah, yeah.
You know? Anyway, so... But when I went to pick her up this one time, so she has a bunch of little sisters, and they're all just so cute. And they're also all my piano students. It's like the best thing ever. Uh-huh. And when I picked her up, I like open the door, I like go up to their door, and the littlest one was like, "Oh, Miss Gabby, there's something in your nose." And I was like, what? And I was like panicking. And she was like, it looks like an earring. And I was like, oh yeah, it's a nose ring.
Has she never seen one before?
She sees me every week. I don't know how she has it. I've had this for I've had it for like 7 years. I've had this longer than I've had a husband, than I had a boyfriend. So anyway, so I was like, oh honey. And then like the mom's kind of by the door, like frantically getting the older one ready to go. And she was like, did it hurt? And then I was like conflicted because the answer is no for me. It didn't hurt to get my nose pierced.
But if she got it done, it would probably.
Well, but I was like, okay, I don't know what this mom thinks about my nose ring. Like, I'm not going to say no. It didn't hurt at all. You should get one. She's like 4, you know? And so I was like, I don't want to lie and say it hurt and just to like make it sound that
fun.
You know what I mean?
Like a good time.
So I just was like, you know, out of all of mine that I've gotten, this is the one that hurt the least. And I was like, I'm not lying. And I didn't say it didn't hurt.
That's true. I just say that normally to people too. When people ask, like, did it hurt? Like this, my lobes hurt worse.
I always say
burning on the lobes
are the worst ones.
Are horrible. You know, but my nose was like,
I used to say that the lobes were the worst, and then I got a date and I almost passed out. But that's only because I got 4 piercings at once when I got my date done, and the date was the last one of the 4, and so it was miserable and I cried. It's the first piercing I ever cried about, but I think I'm done. I have 11. I think I'm fine.
I'm not done.
I know you're not. So I'll just live vicariously through you because I don't think I'm addicted. I just think that I really like to get...
I don't think you're addicted either.
No, because I've spaced them out a lot.
Yeah.
And I don't like care to spend money on it. It was just like...
No.
You know, it's like a lot of money if you want to go to a really good place. Yeah. Anyway, I could talk about piercings for a long time. But it was just hilarious that I was like, first of all, you see me every single week and you've never noticed I have something sticking out of my nose. And then also I was like, I don't want this mom to be mad that I'm talking to her little child about nose rings.
Yeah.
So I was like so conflicted.
That's really funny.
I was like, I don't know what to say here.
You know what? I will say one more thing. If you are considering getting a nose piercing, to get a flat back.
Yes, always.
Don't get
any piercing. Literally any.
Yeah.
You should never have those, never have a gun in your ear or any part of your body. That's terrible. And the piercing guns are so bad for you. Should always be a needle and you should always ask for a flat back. And it's the same price.
Yeah. And plus they like look better because the ones that are not flat back, it literally looks like you have like
a booger hanging out.
Literally. Yeah. It's terrible.
So that's our first reco.
Anyway, that's our unofficial first spring favorites recommendation.
So before we get into our actual spring favorites, let's cut to break and we'll be right back. Marcella, guess what?
What?
Last night, I made our dinner entirely out of incredible food that could have been thrown out as waste and headed to the landfill.
No way. How?
Imperfect Foods.
Imperfect Foods is a weekly grocery delivery service on a mission to build a better, less wasteful food system. They offer a full lineup of sustainable, affordable groceries that make the weekly chore of grocery shopping an effortless and delightful experience.
Imperfect Foods partners with food suppliers, farmers, and small businesses to ensure that delicious food goes into our pantries and instead of the landfill.
I feel like you started that sentence really weird.
I did.
Anyway, you guys have got to try it. Get $20 off your first Imperfect Foods delivery by using our link at youngandwifedup.com.
Get it. All right, Marcella, I am stoked on this.
Same.
Okay, so.
That was really aggressive.
Okay, so.
Same.
We're just really excited and it's really hot. So we're just gonna like, this is our favorite. This is our favorite.
Rapid fire.
So we got 10 things for you, but 20 because we both each have one for each category.
Do the math.
20. 10 plus 10. Okay, so beauty product. My favorite beauty product of the actual year, actually, because I've been using this for a year and a half and I still love it and I'm still gonna buy it and I'm just so stoked on it. It's the jojoba face moisturizer from Imperfect Foods. And yes, Imperfect Foods sells this facial moisturizer. They don't have a ton of beauty products. They just have...
And it's their brand. It's
their
not
brand.
like another brand that they're
It's
selling.
by Imperfect Foods.
Yeah.
And it's so good. I love it. My skin craves it. It's amazing. When I put it on, I feel so moisturized.
You know what? I was almost going to put this, but then I was like, my sister's going to put this. So I need to come up with something different.
So what's yours?
I love this moisturizer as much, but for different reasons than I love the jojoba moisturizer. So my beauty one is the La Roche-Posay Cicaplast B5 Balm.
I'm sorry, what?
The brand is La Roche-Posay.
Okay.
You know what? We'll just link it.
I'm not gonna. Don't worry.
And it's called the Cicaplast B5 Balm. It's kind of the spelling for balm is a little bit weird. It's like BAULME, something like. I think it's French. I'm assuming some French spelling. Anyway, I have been using this, and I feel like I've mentioned this one before.
Nope. I've never seen this in my entire life.
Really?
Never. Nope.
Interesting. I've been using this one off and on for 2 years now, possibly 3. But there was a time in my 3rd trimester when I was pregnant with Seth. So yeah, like a little over 2 years, like 2 to 3 years. My skin became alligator skin. Like, no joke. Ooh. It was so bad. Is an understatement. It was so bad. It was terrible. Just like flaking, peeling, dry patches, like to the utmost. It was so gross, very uncomfortable. My skin was like itchy and like it was painful. It was terrible. This, along with the chia seed oil from Cocoa Kind, saved my skin. Literally saved my skin. And I've tried other like skin repairing balm type stuff because I have this cycle of needing to use like chemical exfoliants when I'm in my breaking out moments during the month, and then having to repair my skin from those chemical exfoliants because those are very drying. And I always come back to this one in particular, and I even use it on the boys. Like, I use this stuff on Eli when his skin gets chapped. Obviously, be careful with the babies. Do patch testing and all of that stuff with any skincare because their skin is super sensitive. But his skin loves this stuff. I like slather this stuff on his face. Because we live in the high desert. Yeah. It's very windy. It's very dry. And he likes to rub his face in the sheets when he's sleeping. So then he ends up with these like really bad like red patches on his cheeks and his chin. And then, the drool from the teething and all this stuff. Anyway, I use this stuff on his skin and also sometimes on Seth's skin as well on his face. And it is the best. Wow. It is the best. It is like a multi-use repair balm. Also, you can use it like on your body too.
I know. I'm like, I could try it for my eczema.
I used it on my shoulders. We went to Universal Studios for our anniversary. My shoulders got burned really bad. I used it on my shoulders. My burn was gone within a couple days. Wow. From using this stuff. And that is like a miracle for me because I'm so white. Like my burn will stay there for weeks. It's so bad. And the peeling wasn't that bad either. So
wow. That's awesome.
Anyway.
That sounds great.
Moving on.
Have to try it. Okay, so what have we been watching this spring? Yours is hilarious and also ditto. Wait, can you say yours first? Because I almost put this and I was like, we can't have the same thing. And you know what? When I was getting ready today, I was watching a court recap video. It was like an hour and a half.
I haven't had time today. Okay, I have been watching as of the day that we're recording this. I don't know when we're going to be posting this one. It'll probably all be wrapped up by
weeks.
now.
Yeah, hopefully.
I've been watching the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial.
Religiously.
Because Johnny Depp is suing Amber Heard for defamation.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's very interesting, very entertaining, very sad. It's just like a roller coaster of emotions.
It's like a train crash. You can't look away. You literally can't. It's like, I don't care about, no, I really
Are
need to.
there more productive things I could be watching? 1000%, but this has like overtaken my life in the past
it's
like 4 or 5 days.
or trash TV. It's like this is your reality show for the week.
Yeah, I haven't been watching reality TV because this has been my reality TV. But it's very interesting. I'm not going to give my personal opinion on it, but
I wish we could. It might be a little controversial.
Anyway,
you probably already know. Wink, wink.
Yeah, I've been watching that.
That's
the most, and that's also just been like naturally what I've been watching on social media, because like on my TikTok feed, like my For You page has turned into, the algorithm has turned into the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial. Like every other video is some like meme clip that somebody has posted, and the edits are gold. Yeah, they're so good. They're so good.
Such good memes.
Anyway, what have you been watching besides that?
So I'm going to go completely the other direction. So there's going to be a new streaming service, Christian streaming service called Lore, and it's already in production. I'm one of the beta users, so you can have like early access.
How did you get into that?
I can give you a pass, because every like month you get like 3 passes you can give to a homie. Anyway,
is it free $99?
So it's kind of hard to explain. Like in the beta stages, like it's really hard to explain how it works. You pay for what you want to watch instead of pay for subscriptions. But the beta users, we get to watch for free, like the content, that the early release content.
I'm gonna need that ASAP.
I'm going to link the link to the website so that you guys can check it out, and kind of, I cannot explain it. It's I'm still trying to figure out, but it's supposed to be a different type of thing, so you're not paying once a month for like things that you don't want to watch. Like you only invest in the shows you want to watch.
Is it almost like Redbox?
Kind of.
Does anybody remember Redbox?
I don't want to explain it because I'm probably gonna say it wrong.
Well, we'll just look on the link then.
So look at the link, and I have 3 passes coming up soon, and I will reserve one for you. And if if you're listening and you really want one, then hit your girl up and maybe I'll hook it up. I got my pass from Ash from After Sophia.
Nice.
Thanks, Ash. She's the real homie. Anyway.
Also plug After Sophia episode.
Yes. One by Her Conduct.
Yes.
Go listen to it. Anyway, so the show that I watched on it recently, I just finished it. There's 3 episodes, and I think they're still releasing more, but that's all that they've released so far.
Is this like a Lure original?
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's called Dark Holler, and it's essentially a reality-based show, and it covers, it's almost like a docu-series. It covers the possible exorcism of a woman that was in witchcraft, and she got baptized at a Reformed Baptist church, and the pastor and everybody that witnessed believed that she was exorcised in the baptism. It's insane. It's insane.
Do you believe it?
I don't know. I'm still in the investigation. It's really compelling. It's really compelling. And you know what? Like, I don't want to get super hyper spiritual right now because it's supposed to be a lighthearted episode. But because of like baggage from like our spiritual backgrounds, like our church backgrounds, like sometimes I can like disregard completely like the spiritual realm, and I don't want to do that because that's not biblical, you know? Yeah. But there are really extraordinary circumstances where people are possessed, and I believe that she was.
Wow.
It's kind of insane. Anyway, and you see the clips, the baptism clips.
Is this something to not watch at night?
Never. Well, you know what? I don't know. Of course it's like a docuseries, so of course they make it scarier by like the music and the lighting, and they're like around a campfire when they're talking. So of course like they make it more spooky, you know?
Yeah.
But anyway, that's like the basic premise of the show. And very interesting, and yeah, I wouldn't watch it with a little one. Yeah. But they have like a few shows that they're producing, and I'm really excited about it. And I think it's going to be a good subscription service. And I like the idea that you only invest in what you want to watch, and you're not paying for things you don't want to watch.
Wow.
So anyway, go watch Dark Holler. And if you if you need a beta pass user, then hit me up. Anyway, we should move on to dinner recipes.
Okay, mine is like a side dish for a dinner recipe.
Okay.
And it's this Spanish rice recipe from a cookbook, an e-cookbook that I bought from a girl that I follow on Instagram. Her username is Fallon Dene, which is pretty sure is her full name. From her cookbook called Fusion. And it is so good. Probably the best like Spanish rice recipe I've ever found. And I've tried a lot of them. And this
all of mine have failed.
This one is really yum. The only thing is that she uses butter in hers, which I'm sure you could substitute for like ghee or margarine or something like that, or some like if you have vegan butter. It is so good.
Wow.
And she uses I'm pretty sure it's bone broth for cooking.
Yum.
For cooking it in. So it's very nutrient dense, I would say, Spanish rice, but the taste is like phenomenal.
Wow. It tastes authentic.
Absolutely, yeah, for sure. I kind of had to tweak the like liquid to rice ratio just a little bit because the first time I made it, it turned out a little bit mushy. Yeah. But then the second time I made it, I did a little bit less of the broth and it came out perfect. It was so good.
Can you link that cookbook for us?
Yes, you do have to purchase it though.
Well, it's a reco, so we recommend you buy it. So I literally just made this last week because of a intense craving.
She like comes in from her lesson, storming into the kitchen. I need
a baked potato.
Stuffed baked potatoes right now. And we were like, oh, yeah. Well, I'm making it.
Marcella was making mashed potatoes and it was like giving me like subliminal messages. And then I was like, I absolutely need it right now.
It was aggressive.
I was like angry. If I don't have a stuffed baked potato immediately, I'm gonna freak out. So the next day I went to the store and I made the best stuffed baked potatoes and they were so easy and I didn't use a recipe, so
what did you
listen up. I did some organic russet potatoes and I microwaved them. Don't come for me. I microwaved them because it's the fastest way, because baked potatoes take like an hour in the oven and I did not have time for that.
Yeah.
Unless I wanted to eat at 8 p.m. Okay. So I microwaved my potatoes and then I made some shredded chicken in the Instant Pot and I put some broccoli in the air fryer, some vegan cheese, some vegan sour cream, and then I've been growing chives. So I put some chives on that bad boy.
I love chives.
Of garlic pepper, and salt, and man.
That sounds good.
So I ate that all week. Literally, for lunch 3 days and dinner 1 day. And you know what? It probably isn't the healthiest thing to eat, but you know when you have a craving that's just like so intense?
It's like insatiable.
So I don't know, maybe I'm starting my cycle soon or something, because that was insane. It was like I needed that right then and there.
Was it like a need for the carb, or just like the sweet, or not sweet potato, but baked potato specifically?
That potato especially. That's funny. And you know what's so funny? I was like ravenous with the potatoes and Ryan was like, meh. It's all right. And I was like,
that would make me so mad.
I was like, how is this not completely the best thing you've had all week?
When Jed and when our cravings are not synced up, it's infuriating. Because I'm like, I like have to work extra hard to convince him to go and get certain things. Because when we're both like on the same like page, like, yeah, you want this too? Okay, cool. Then it's like, I'm getting what I want, he's getting what he wants, and then everybody's happy. But then when it's just me, he's just like, oh,
huge bummer.
Really? Why do you really need this right now? And I'm like, honey.
One time, really quick, I need to tell the story of the most intense craving I ever had.
Literally more intense than the baked potato.
10 p.m. at night on a weeknight, okay? We were literally in bed, and I begged Ryan to go get me McDonald's cookies. I don't know what it was. I don't even like McDonald's. That's not even the best cookie. I don't even know.
Maybe Subway cookies. I can understand.
Something happened to me. Like,
that is hilarious.
Ryan was literally naked going to bed. Like, he was ready to go to sleep. And I was like, you need to put your clothes back on, get in the car, and go to McDonald's right now. And you know what? After begging and pleading for like maybe 20 minutes, he finally went, and man, it was so good. And you know what? I don't even care about it anymore. Like, that doesn't even sound good.
Oh my gosh.
I can make better cookies than McDonald's, but for some reason, I was like so specific.
Funny.
I don't think I've ever had a McDonald's cookie.
I don't think I have either.
I just knew I needed it immediately. I didn't even see something.
Okay, I could understand if you were like a McDonald's apple pie.
Right.
Or like something like that. Like fries.
You know, but how they have the little happy meal boxes? They have that, but it's with tons of 25 cookies or something in it, and they're all mini, and they're so good. So that's what I got. I only had like 4 of them though, and then I went to bed and I was like, I'm good. Wow. Well, we had some during the week, but it wasn't, I just needed the taste. I don't know.
That's insane.
I've never been pregnant. I don't know what happens. It's because I have all these hormone disorders.
Yeah, for sure. It most definitely was. Maybe you didn't have enough carbs that week, and you were like all of a sudden like, I just need that.
You know what happened last week? For 2 weeks I've been eating 90% vegetarian or vegan actually. And it's not, I mean, it's kind of on purpose because my doctor and, you know, we're always trying something. But then I think that's why this week I was like, I need a potato immediately. I need a fat potato with cheese and that's everything.
Why it's crazy. Oh, we're getting a little bit into diet
eating.
Culture. Oh no! That's why I'm always like women need carbs.
Yes.
Like literally,
we need them
our
to
bodies need, like our cells need the carbs.
Yeah.
Like if you're doing a no carb thing, like
literally,
I plead with you, just stop it.
Yeah.
I don't know what else
I could
to
talk
tell
about
you.
that for like 7.
Anyway,
that
totally
could be a whole
other
episode.
topic.
Anyway, so what did you listen to this month?
This month
or the spring. It's spring favorites. The spring.
Okay. I'm currently listening to Sense and Sensibility on Audible.
Love it.
However, I listened to Pride and Prejudice first.
Okay, we switched. I listened to Sense and Sensibility.
And now you're doing Pride and Prejudice?
I just finished Pride and Prejudice. And
yeah.
You know what? It's going to be super unpopular. Sense and Sensibility is better. I don't know. I can't explain it.
I think I'm like a little bit more than halfway through Sense and Sensibility right now. But the version that's on, it's the Audible original. The host, Rosamund Pike.
Yeah.
She does such a good job. I think people have mixed feelings about how she narrates and stuff like that, or like reads the story. But I personally like it. There are some bits that I'm like, like the accent's a little, or like the way she's like doing the men's voices is a little bit silly sometimes.
But once you're like in it, you don't even think about it.
Yeah, it's just like, oh yeah, that's Mr. Darcy or whatever.
Yeah, it's so.
Anyway.
Good.
That's what I've been listening to, and I listen to that when I'm just like doing the dishes or folding laundry when the kids are sleeping.
Getting your mother culture in for the week.
Yeah. Also, I have literally listened to the Mother Culture episode like 3 times now.
Good. So have I.
Which means everybody else needs to listen to it
3 times
at minimum.
Yeah, it's so good.
It's so good.
Not because of us.
No,
we are
it
not
has
the good
absolutely nothing to do with us. Anyway, what have you been listening to?
So I also been listening to Jane Austen, and so good. It's just top tier.
Yeah.
It's just, and it's so funny.
It is so funny. There have been multiple times I'm like
entertaining.
listening and like something will come up and I just start cracking. I'm like,
It's
how?
so good. She's a genius.
Like how?
She's so good. Anyway, in addition to those, this month I read Don't Feed the Monkey Mind, and I just realized I did not put the author, and I don't even remember, and I don't want to spend 5 minutes trying to find it. So I'll put the link. And essentially, it was recommended to me by a really good friend, and he suffers with panic attacks, or, I mean, he did. I don't think he does anymore. And he
by Jennifer Shannon?
Yes, Jennifer Shannon. So it's a book. It's like a self-help book, to be honest. It's about helping anxiety and panic, but she centralizes specifically on panic attacks, and I have a very long history of them. And we have a whole episode about mental health, so go check that out in season 2 or 1. I can't remember.
I just realized I'm slouching so much. I've been like this, like the whole episode.
But anyway, so it was such a helpful and practical book, and I think it's a good companion along with spiritual counseling and maybe some CBD, some deep breathing. Ooh. Anyway, it was just really good to hear her perspective because she suffered with panic attacks for a really long time. So she was able to articulate things that I have never been able to accurately describe, just like the way it feels when you're getting one, how you feel trapped, how you feel like you're gonna die, like those sort of thoughts that nobody else can really understand unless you've had one. And she just really gives really good practical advice, and I downloaded her like workbook that you can do after you've read it, and I haven't done it yet. I have a couple workbooks I have to do. I have to do my intuitive eating workbook after reading intuitive eating, and now I have to do this workbook, and I really want to. It's just like it's hard to prioritize. But it's just really, really good information, very practical, and it wasn't super philosophical. Like sometimes I just need somebody to tell me straight, like understand that there's a science and there's a chemical imbalance, and there's all these things that go into panic and stuff, but it was just somebody talking straight to me. You know what I mean? Like this is what it is, and this is what you need to do. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, yes, ma'am. Yeah. Yeah. So it was really good practical book, and obviously, like, it wasn't written with a Christian worldview in mind. So anything that might be spiritual, I just like kind of toss it. No, thank you. And it's good to have a variety, and like unless you don't feel like you can handle a book like that. If you think you can be influenced by that, then obviously don't read it. But if you feel like you have you're in a good church, you have people that you could talk to about your mental health issues, then I think that there can be some good practical advice books that we could glean from, and that's one of them. I really liked this one, so I highly recommend it. Cool. Anyway, what have we been drinking?
Okay, I've been making this Dreamsicle Drink taken from another girl that I follow on Instagram, and her name is also her username, which is Noelle Kavari. I think that's how you say her last name. Anyway, essentially what it is you do like 2 scoops of collagen powder, and then milk of your choice. I've been doing raw milk, which has been working really well for me. But if you are really dairy sensitive, can't do the raw milk thing or anything like that, like coconut milk would be a really good substitute. And you do the 2 scoops of collagen, and then I think 1/3 cup of whatever milk, and then 2 cups of orange juice. And it's kind of like a Orange Julius type thing.
Don't mind if I do.
But you have a good mix of the protein, which is in your collagen powder, and then the fat, which is in the milk, and then the carb, which is in your orange juice. So you mix it all up, and it is so delicious. It is so good. It is so good.
So bomb.
And usually when I make this is after the boys and I kind of transition over into the kitchen so I can start making breakfast, if I have all the ingredients for it, I make that first. That way I can be sipping on it while I'm making breakfast, because I am like starving in the morning. And especially after, because I breastfeed Eli the first thing in the morning, so I'm like drained like of everything. So I like need something quick, and it helps because a lot of the time, even after I make all the breakfast, usually the boys eat first, and I don't even really get to eat my breakfast until like an hour later or whatever, so that I'm extra hungry. And then you have to know yourself. When I'm really hungry, it doesn't help my patience, it doesn't help my temper. I am more likely to like lose my cool on the kids. And so having something simple like that, like, it's so funny, like the Lord has given us such simple things like nutrition to help us with our bad attitude. And so I use that to my full advantage. It is so quick and easy to make. You're not cooking anything. You just like, I have like a hand whisk thing that I use. I stir it all up, and it's like a jar about like, it's like a good like mason jar size, enough to really like hold me over really well until I can actually eat some food. And it's the best.
I have to try that.
It's so yummy too. It's so good. I haven't tried it with the coconut milk yet, which I think, actually, you know what? I think I have once before, and I really liked it.
You just be like a can, just throw it.
Yeah. And if you can get it like organic, without any of the gums and stuff, you can probably find it like a health food store, most likely.
Yeah.
That's like the best
that
you can get.
Good. I have to try that.
Oh my gosh, it's so bomb. So bomb.
So this week we did a Cinco de Mayo celebration. I know that we look white, but we're Mexican.
We're halfers.
Oh. And unfortunately, the white half took over our skin color. So
especially mine.
Especially Marcella. And this lighting makes me look even whiter than I am, but
it doesn't help that I have like shorts on, and my legs are like
blaring white.
As white as the wall.
Blinding everybody. Anyway, so we had a party last night, and I made vegan horchata, and it was so amazing. And I'm
was really
gonna
good.
make it again. And I will link the recipe. It's on Pinterest, and it was super easy. It did recommend using almond milk, but almonds are super expensive right now, so I did it with oat milk, and it was just as good, if not better, because I'm starting to prefer the taste of oat milk to almond. And it's way cheaper. It's like half the price, or even like a third of the price, which is awesome. But it was super easy to make. The only thing that I wish I had done is I didn't know I was supposed to soak the rice overnight with the cinnamon sticks. So I ended up soaking it for only like a few hours, but it still turned out great. But it probably would have like
been more cinnamony.
And like the rice milk would have been a little bit creamier, but it was still really easy to make. And I used an immersion blender to blend everything up together. And man, I've been making a lot more use of my immersion blender lately, and it's far superior to a food processor or
and it's easier
blender.
To clean.
Yes. I'm just, that's another recommendation.
Get an immersion blender.
Yes, it's so much better. I mean, obviously, unless you need like specific textures that you need a food processor, but if you're just trying to blend something, like an immersion blender, it's really cheap. You can get them on Amazon. They have replaceable heads, so there's like different functions.
Yeah, a lot of them have like a whisk attachment with it.
Exactly. And so there's a lot of things that you could do with it, but I'm honestly benefiting so much from it in the last couple of weeks, and I forgot that I had it until this week, and I was like, wow, I can be saving so much time and energy with this.
Yeah.
Anyway, so vegan horchata was my drink for the spring. What about our Trader Joe's finds? This is a new segment.
Oh my gosh. Okay, wait. What you put is what I want mine to be, but
well, it's not.
I digress.
So.
What I originally put, is it Cara or Cara? Cara oranges from Trader Joe's. I don't think they're organic, so if that's something, as far as like with like our grocery budget, if I feel like I have to scale back on the organic produce a little bit, I try to prioritize getting conventional stuff that has thick rinds on it that you don't eat anyway. And then like the apples and stuff like that, I try to get organic. But yeah, the Cara oranges are wow.
They're so good.
They are, oh my gosh. They're seedless, first of all, which is very helpful, especially if you're feeding them to kids who are like, what is this? Like, what are these weird things in my fruit? And they're so sweet and so juicy, and they're like this beautiful pink color on the inside, but they're not like grapefruit. Like, they're just truly really sweet oranges.
Yeah.
I've even made fresh juiced orange juice from those oranges, and it was like, wow. So good.
Doesn't get any better.
So if you like are wanting to look for a different kind of like, if you usually get mandarins or something like that, like try the Car oranges.
It's so funny like how we choose the kind of orange or apple we get like when we're like 18, and then that's all we get forever.
Yeah, like I only get Fuji apples.
I only get Gala. Exclusively.
Really?
I don't even
only
care.
get Fuji apples.
I never want to have any other apple. And Ryan too. It's weird.
Gala.
I don't know why.
Are Galas sweeter than Fuji? I feel like every time I get Gala,
I don't know. I've only had Gala.
I feel like every time I get Gala, they're not as sweet as the Fuji apples that I get.
I don't know any better.
Get the Car oranges though.
Yeah.
Because usually we get like the sweeties.
Yes.
What are they called?
Cuties.
Cuties. Sweeties.
Sweetie pies.
The cutie,
you know
like
what you
little
should also get from
snack
Trader
ones?
Joe's? Their vegan boba ice cream.
Which this should really be mine because
You found it first,
yes.
but I'm taking
It's
credit.
really good.
It's my favorite. Okay, there's 2 flavors. There's a black tea and a cold brew, and the black tea I actually prefer the most. I tried the cold brew. It was good, and I enjoyed it, but I could have the entire carton of the black tea.
Yeah,
one.
same.
And the black tea one's a little bit milder in flavor, and I think that's why it's not as rich. But the cold brew one is really rich, so you can only have a little bit, and then you're like,
No, the black
I can't
tea
do
one
this.
is, wow.
And there's
really
little
good.
boba balls in them. I don't know. That might be a California thing. I don't know, like, if other people have boba.
In the Midwest, they're like, what?
I don't know. I'm totally ignorant. Okay, I don't know anything else. We born and raised California. We don't know anything else.
Yeah.
But I do know, like, sometimes when I travel to different states, I'm like, you guys don't have, like, Taco Bell? Like, what's going on? You know, like, there's things like that where I'm like,
You
what?
have Hardee's instead of Carl's
Yeah, there's,
Jr.?
like, things like that, like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
Because this is our only little reality.
Bubble. Californian bubble.
So I don't know, do you guys, is boba like a thing? Because I know we have listeners from everywhere, so let us know in our Facebook group.
I'm sure in more like metropolitan areas, they have a
true.
variety of things, including
There's
boba.
just such a boba presence in
really
Southern
is.
California.
Yeah. There's at least 3 boba spots in each city.
Yeah, it's crazy. And now
Which
in our
is
Trader
great.
Joe's ice cream, and it's made with oat milk? I can't remember.
I think
what
it's
it was.
coconut milk.
Oh, okay, coconut milk.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's so good. And they're
really
smaller
good.
cartons.
And it doesn't taste coconutty.
No, it's very good.
I'm very like skeptical about coconut milk
Yeah.
ice cream because I can always taste the coconut. But for this one, it's like,
I agree.
it's definitely not. Yeah. No.
Cool. Let's move on to Imperfect Foods pick of the springtime of the season.
Okay, so I picked the Layered Superfood Creamer, which is also a vegan creamer, and it's also made with coconut milk, and it's also not very coconutty. I can taste a little bit of the coconut milk coming through on this one, but it's masked pretty well, and the ingredients are really, really,
It's
really
so
good.
creamy.
And as far as like texture goes, it's not going to be like a half and half type, like really like thick sort of a creamer.
Yeah.
And I think the only thing that I would say is that sometimes it kind of like separates a little bit. Like it has that weird like creamer separation that you experience with like vegan creamers sometimes. But what I like about this one is it tastes really, really good. The ingredients are good. And then it also has like functional mushroom ingredients in it too. There's chaga, lion's mane, and cordyceps in it, which are supposed to be really good for you. And it's like a good boost, I think, in conjunction with the caffeine with your coffee. But and Jed really likes it too, and he's really picky about vegan creamers. Very picky. So the only thing is that I wish it came in a larger carton. The only ones that I found that are bigger of that brand specifically, for some reason, it's like
There's like a 4 ounce, and then there's like a...
No, it's like this. I forgot what it was. I saw them at the Whole Wheatery ones, the bigger ones of that brand.
Are they the shelf stable ones or something?
No, they're still in the refrigerated section, but there was something, I forgot what it was, that I was like, I don't like that. I don't know if it was like the flavor was not like gonna be a vibe, or I don't even know.
I get it.
But it was, we've been getting that a lot, like almost in every box that we've gotten. We've been getting it, and it's pretty bomb.
I like that one too.
Yeah, it's really good.
So I have to make a formal apology to all the vegan cheeses in America, because I said on an episode recently that there's absolutely no good vegan cheese, and I was wrong, because Imperfect Foods sell this Miyokos, which Miyokos is my favorite vegan brand. They have cream cheese, they have butter, they have mozzarella, which I'm going to talk about. It's so good, and it's organic, and it's the best ingredients. It's so good. If you talk to any dietitian that like cares about clean ingredients, like this is the top tier that you can get for vegan alternative foods. Anyway, this mozzarella, it tastes so similar to mozzarella. Like it's almost, I can't remember what regular mozzarella tastes like. Honestly, it's probably better, but it really, the texture, it melts like it does. Wow. It is so, so good. So I've been putting it in like salads, and it's not, is it shredded, or is it like, no, it's like a ball.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the mozzarella ball things.
Yeah.
And I put it in my salads, and I've put it on pizza. I put it on anything, and it's made of cashews, and there's lots of probiotics. That's the one thing I love about Foragers and the Miyokos brand, is they have lots of probiotics in their vegan food, which is so important, because if you eat primarily plant-based, you are missing a lot of good nutrients that you need from meat products, and regular dairy products and stuff. And so this kind of like helps set off those nutrient deficiencies. Anyway, so good. I love it so much. We're moving on to kid products. So what's your kid product?
Okay, so we have started Eli. For those who are new, he's my younger son. He is 7 months old now. We started him on solids about a month ago, and we're doing like baby-led weaning, which is what we did with Seth, my older one. And I like fully like believe and like back the method of baby-led weaning. I think that's one of the reasons why like Seth is like really good at self-feeding and just like eating in general. But one thing that I feel like people don't usually talk about with baby-led weaning is, what do you do if your kids are really early teethers and have the ability to literally bite off huge chunks of food? Because like with baby-led weaning, they tell you give them a really big piece of food that they're able, when they're just starting, because they don't have the skills yet, like the coordination to pick up really small, like they don't have that pincer grasp down yet to pick up little pieces of food. So you give them a really big piece of food that they can just like grab onto with both of their hands and then gnaw on. The problem is that with Eli, for instance, he has 6 teeth right now, and he got his first 2 teeth when he was 2 months old, which is so wild, really early, like way earlier than like the average infant. And so because he has all these teeth, I can't just like hand him like a huge piece of apple or something, because he can literally bite a chunk off of it and choke on it. So I've been like trying to navigate what is safe for him to eat because of all the teeth that he has. And he's also just like a bigger baby, and he's really strong, and like his jaw, he loves his food. He's very aggressive with his food. So trying to navigate that along with still trying to stick to the baby-led weaning method. So I've found that my best bet now, until he kind of gets that pincer grasp down with his fingers, to picking up pieces with his fingers, is doing preloaded spoons. So I put the food on the spoon, and then I hand him the spoon or the utensil, and then he puts the utensil in his own mouth. So I'm not spoon feeding him. So I'm giving him the utensil, and then he's having to put the food in his own mouth. That's been working out really well. And this is something that I've used even back with Seth when we started baby-led weaning with him. And it's the Num Num pre-spoon goo utensils. And you can actually even use them as like teething toys too, because they're like really like rubbery on the end, so they like to chew on it as well. But they're really interesting. They're like these little utensils, and they're flat on the end that they put in their mouth. They're flat, but then there's ridges on it so that the food can kind of like set into the ridges. That way it doesn't like fall off so easily. So like the material that it's made with and the way it's designed, like the style and everything, it makes it easy for them to get the food into their mouth without it like flying off into their bib or like onto the floor. It's like, it's a genius concept. So they have usually in a pack, it's like, it comes with 2 of them. There's like the first stage, which it's all solid material on the end. And then there's like stage 2, which is where there's like holes on the inside of the spoon when, you know, they get a little bit more skills under their belt as far as coordination and things like that. There's a word that I'm missing here.
Motor skills?
Motor skills. Goodness gracious. Anyway, I love these utensils. They're really helpful if you're doing baby-led weaning. And usually what we've been doing is we have the 2 preloaded spoon method, which is we give him a preloaded spoon. And then as he's chewing or eating that food, we have another one ready to go so that when we switch, there's 0 downtime in between, because he gets mad. And you know what I think most babies do who are really into their food? And the last thing you want is for them to have like a mouthful of food and then to start crying.
Yeah.
Because then they might choke. So like you're trying to like... like switch off the spoons really quickly so that there's like no time in between each bite.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so the handing off of the utensils has been working out very well.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
It's kind of wild watching him eat.
And you can't like, it's so funny because people are like, well, just eat like while they eat. You literally can't. Like, it's a full-time job, like trying to like get the next spoon in the kid's mouth because, like I said, there has to be like 0 downtime in between each bite. It's insane. It's really intense.
Okay,
anyway.
Mine is completely different than yours. Okay, so I'm super excited to talk about this because I think that this could be used for not just children, but also adults and in many circumstances. So I originally saw this idea from a TikTok. I know. Just don't judge me, guys, okay? If you're not on TikTok, then like...
We're judging you.
Where are you getting your ideas? This is exclusively where I'm getting my ideas. Okay. So it's this app that you get, and I'm going to link the one that I have, but I'm sure there's alternatives for different phones and stuff. But mine is the Schwazi app, and me and my students call it the Choose app. So essentially what it is it's a black screen, and everybody puts 1 finger on the screen, and it's different color circles that show up when you put your finger on it. So it's like my finger, and it's a pink circle, and then one of my students, and it's a blue circle, and you could have like up to 12 fingers on it. It's like crazy. And it'll make this like really cute noise, and then it'll choose randomly and eliminate all the other circles except for 1. So that child or adult or whatever you're trying to do with the Choose app gets to make the choice first.
Oh.
So in my context, which, you know, you can take this and apply it homeschooling or whatever. In my context, I have group lessons where I have like 3 or 4 students at a time, and they all have different stations that they rotate, and they all fight over who gets to be at lesson time first with me in their private lesson time, or they'll fight over the iPad time when they do like an activity on the iPad. So in order to stop that from happening, I found that they all completely, like, I'm not the bad guy and I'm not choosing, and then they're also not fighting over it. If everybody puts their finger on the screen and it randomly it's completely random, and then the kids, some of the older ones, were trying to, I think we got the algorithm, like it's this color every time, and it's not. It's totally random every time. It's so cute though. They get so into it. And even my really younger ones, like, they're like, can we do the Choose app? And they completely trust it. And so when it makes the decision for them, they're like, okay. And then they go happily do the activity because it's like a game. It's a game to start their activity. So anyway, it has been a lifesaver for me. And I know that I'm going to use it when Ryan and I are trying to like choose something to do too. Just put our finger on it and let it randomly choose.
Wow, yeah.
And it was free. And so I can just think of a bajillion ways that you can use it. But
cool.
Mine is the Schwazi app, and you can find probably an alternative in the App Store. But it's really fun.
That's cool, yeah.
They love it. It's so fun. I wish I had this a long time ago. Yeah. Okay, what is your favorite social media account right now?
Okay, so it's this girl on TikTok that I started following maybe like a month ago, I would say. And her username is Barefoot Preg in the garden.
That's so cute.
So cute. Anyway, she posts little like tidbits about biblical womanhood and marriage and motherhood, and like I think also like holistic living is kind of like a part of her
content
niche, for content creation. And the majority of her content is just like, it's just little clips of her doing just random things around the home, and then she kind of just puts her own take on a certain topic. On like, she's posted about feminism because she's very anti-feminist, on like feminism or being a submissive wife, or you know, an approach to motherhood or whatever, which I think she, from what I've seen, I think she only has one child right now. But yeah, it's just like little tidbits, and it's like not anything like, whoa, like that's just like crazy. But like, I think when I come across, especially on TikTok, there's so few and far between. I've seen them more popping up, like accounts like this, more on Instagram. But on TikTok, when I come across them, I try to follow.
Yes, me too.
And engage because I think it's important to show our support.
Yeah, they can have more of a presence.
Yes, for accounts like that, and to boost their content. And the way you do that is just each person engages with what they're posting. And so I've made a point to, you know, try to comment on her posts whenever I see them. And she seems really sweet every time she's commented back to me. But yeah, she's super cute. Everything that she's posted so far, I like 100% agree with. It hasn't been anything weird. So yeah, I really like what she posts. She's a really small account. She has like under 10,000 followers. And I think she's almost at 10,000 actually. I think I looked today, she's like at 9 something.
I'm going to go home and
you're going to go home?
Well, I'm going to go somewhere else and watch it. But yeah, it's just
really
like, cool.
Yeah, it's just like cute little videos of like her doing stuff and like
sweet.
posting. But I think it is important if you find accounts like that to follow and engage, and to comment, like, and show your support, because like a lot of the stuff that she's posting is very controversial. Like, to us it's not, because like, well, duh, but like to the rest of society and to the world, it's very countercultural. And so I even reading through her comments, there's a lot of very hateful things, and like, not surprising. I mean, you're going to find, you know, stuff like that anywhere you go, no matter what you're posting. But especially with the things that she was posting, it's like trying to lift her up, and encourage her with, I love that you're posting this. This is awesome. Keep posting this content and stuff like that. I really try hard to engage with accounts like that. And I think we all should.
Her tonight.
Yeah, totally.
So, this girl that I'm going to talk about, she's been on in the internet world for quite a long time. She has a really large following, and I have been benefiting from her content for several years, but she recently has been getting on TikTok, so this might be an easier way or more accessible way for you to watch her. But the TikTok account is from my bowl on TikTok, and then that's also her blog, From My Bowl. And her YouTube account is Caitlin Shoemaker, and I'll post all that stuff for you. Anyway, she is a vegan influencer. Uh-oh. My phone is vibrating. Oh my gosh.
Is it gonna die?
No.
I see it on the screen. Is somebody calling you? What is it?
It's my alarm.
It's your getting ready for bed alarm?
No. Guys, that was my alarm to take my pills. Oh. That means it's 10 p.m. Okay. Sorry. I'm so sorry. That is so ghetto what we just did. Anyway. So, Caitlin Shoemaker makes vegan food look super appetizing, and I love everything that she makes. And she makes these beautiful vlogs of her making it, and then she even just has like 10 ways you can make overnight oats, and you're just like, let's do it, you know? And so I really benefit from her content, because sometimes vegan food can seem extremely complicated or just tasteless,
bland.
And she just makes it so beautiful and easy. And so if I ever need some like inspo, I always watch her stuff. And I do eat chicken and eggs, so I'm not a complete vegan, but I eat mostly plant-based, so it's like nice for me to be able to see like, okay, those are some sides I can make, and that's a new breakfast I can make, and I can just add chicken to that or whatever. But I'm like choking right now. Anyway,
You have water there too.
okay, we're almost done, guys. Anyway, you guys should watch Caitlin Shoemaker. She's really cool. What is your last random recommendation?
My last random one, I was like, what have I been using a lot? And because the weather has been really nice, I've been using this picnic blanket that I got from Amazon. It's like this really cute, I was looking for something kind of aesthetic and also functional. So it's this really nice, like neutral beige blanket. It is waterproof. So one side of it is like waterproof material, and then the other side is just like
Fabric.
Yeah, just like fabric. And it's nice. I've been using it nearly every single day. So like I go out, Seth plays out in the yard or whatever, and then Eli and I will chill out under one of the trees in the shade.
So fresh.
On our little picnic blanket, and it can fit, I would say,
2 adults.
2 adults, 2 kids comfortably.
Yeah.
I would say. Yeah. So it's a decent size. If you need something really big, I think they do actually sell it in larger sizes. I just didn't get the larger size.
Right.
But it's a nice picnic blanket. Yeah. And it's cute.
Very cute.
It's cute too. Yeah.
My random thing is kind of sad. Well, okay, so the backstory, very short and quick backstory, is that I ruptured my eardrum in 2020, and I thought it healed, but it didn't. And anyway, it's very traumatic, and I'm gonna cry if I talk about it for too long. But anyway, I have a chronic ear infection, like constantly, because of the ruptured eardrum in my left ear. And it's really sad, especially when you're a musician and you like music and loud things, and it's just really sad. Anyway, so in order to help with my pain and relief and pressure in my ears, especially the one that gives me problems constantly, I was like searching for like alternative ways, and I can't put anything in my ear because people say like, oh, like ear drops or, oils or stuff like that. But because of the ruptured eardrum, and it caused other issues, and I can't have anything inside of my ear, even if people, doctors say to recommend it, or anyway. So, there's this thing, I don't even know what to call it. It's a medical device, I guess you can say.
Yeah.
It's called an ear dock, and you could get it on Amazon. I think it was $30, and I'll link it for you guys. And it's kind of crazy looking. It's like this instrument that has like a triangular top, and then it has a pole for you to hold it. And it has various settings, and it essentially sends vibrations to the area that you place it on. And the vibrations help the ear pressure and pain, and if there's any fluid. It's really useful if you have kids with colds, or if you have a cold and you have blocked ears, or if your ears are... Marcella's used it.
Yeah.
And do you like it?
Yeah.
So it's kind of
I might get one myself.
It's honestly like been the community ear dock, because like
you don't put it in your ear.
No,
it goes behind.
Yeah. And it's really easy to clean, but like the Chathams have used it, like Marcella has used it, and then another family that we live close to has used it when they were sick, and it helps so much. It
with
just
the pain,
gives so much relief. And I had never heard of something like this until I was like really desperate and searching on the internet for solutions to help with the pain. And so I've been using mine every night since my ear's been acting up again, and it really helps so much. So, and because it's harmless, like it can't hurt you, and it's not something put in your ear, it's really easy to use with little children that have, or even like with swimmer's ear. Like there's so many good uses for it. Anyway, I'm gonna link it. You guys should get one. Everybody should have have one in their house, like in your little first aid situation, especially if you have little kids with like ear infections and colds and stuff like that. So the ear dog, it's really cool. Changed my life. Anyway, so that is it for our spring favorites. We're going to take a quick break and come back with our MLM substitutions.
I don't know about you, but I'm always on the hunt for a convenient shopping experience.
However, too much of the stuff we buy today is made without any thought of how it will affect our families and the world tomorrow.
What if there was an all-around better way to shop, with the convenience that we all want and the confidence that everything is made, packaged, and shipped sustainably?
Earth Hero is exactly that. Earth Hero is a one-stop shop for all your sustainable and eco-friendly products.
They have so many products ranging from beauty supplies, cleaning products, homeware, clothing, baby essentials, and so much more.
Join us today on our sustainable journey by using promo code YoungandWifedUp for 10% off your entire purchase.
Make sure to click the Earth Hero link on our website at YoungandWifedUp.com to start shopping today.
All right, guys. This week, we're going to tell you not to buy Mary Kay products. So if you didn't listen to last week's episode, our new segment is we're going to tell you a substitution for a multi-level marketing company's products. So on the positive side, I love Mary Kay's clay mask. It is amazing.
Wait, is that what you're substituting?
No, you are.
I am.
It is amazing, okay? It is so hard for me. Okay, and it's so crazy because somebody had told Marcella and I that they're going to place a Mary Kay order soon, and I literally almost was like, please get me that mask. But it goes against everything I believe in. If you want to know why, you should listen to our episode, The Truth About Multi-Level Marketing Companies. It's the season finale of season 1. Mm-hmm. And we elaborate a lot about why we think it's unethical and why we should stay away from them. Yeah. But, and I said the same thing last week, it doesn't mean that their products are trash. There are some MLM companies where the products truly are trash. Terrible. But I really, like, I haven't tried any of Mary Kay's makeup because, I don't know, it's just not really for me. But I've tried all their skincare products and I loved them. And especially this clay mask. It's amazing. So Marcella, can you tell us what we can get instead of this clay mask? Because it is very hard for me not to get it.
It is. Okay. My substitution recommendation is to just get the Aztec healing clay. The bentonite healing clay, right?
Yeah.
Aztec bentonite healing clay. It's some combination of those words. I forget what. That with ACV. If you're looking for something that's as effective as the Mary Kay mask, that is the one for you. If not more effective.
Yes.
Than the Mary Kay one.
Then there's no bad stuff in it.
Yeah. It's literally, if you're doing it with the ACV, it's literally just clay and apple cider vinegar. And that's it. There's nothing else in there.
Yeah.
The only thing that's really nice about the pre-made masks like this is the convenience. You don't have to mix anything up or like clean up anything. Because like when you do the Aztec Indian healing,
Yeah.
Is it Aztec Indian healing clay?
Yeah.
I forgot that other word. Aztec Indian healing clay. When you make it, it's a fresh mask. Because the healing clay it's just powder. So you have to mix it with the liquid. Then you have to wash the brush that you used and the dish or whatever. Usually just use the lid to the jar or whatever. But with the Mary Kay one, it's just, it's in a bottle, right?
Yeah.
It's like in a squeezy tube. So it's very convenient. I get it. And it's a really good mask. But this one, the Aztec Indian healing clay is... we've been using it for years,
tried and true.
And years and years and years. Take it from girls who have hormonal acne up the wazoo.
Seriously.
This stuff works amazingly, especially if you time it right. If you know you're going to start getting your breakouts at a certain time during the month, and then you start doing your clay masks at a certain time during the month to prevent. Preventative measures are really good with this stuff. But, I can't deny the Mary Kay mask is a bomb.
It is so good.
It is really... In fact, my mom... My mom got a sample of it from a table at the what we have out here is called the Poppy Festival. And I don't know where she got it.
Probably somebody
from a Mary Kay table or something.
Hey, you know, if they're giving it out for free, I'm not gonna stop you.
She got that mask and I was like, I had forgotten about it. Okay, it's been years since I've used it, and she gave it to me, and I was like, I had all these like flashbacks of this mask is amazing, and I was like, I'm stoked to use this. I didn't spend my money on it, but it was like stupid one use sample, and I was like, come on, people, like you can give me like a travel size tube. It was just a little packet,
you know,
but still amazing.
I have a hack.
Wow,
it might be bad.
What do you mean?
Is go to a Mary Kay party and don't buy anything, and maybe you'll win one.
So manipulate.
I'm just kidding. Please don't do it. But that's technically what I did to get my very first mask. Me and my girlfriend Madison, if you're listening, you know that this happened to us. We went to a Mary Kay party. Well, she trapped me into going into a Mary Kay party. And she's not going to deny that. She agreed to it, and then she forced me to go with her, and it was a crazy night, and we were the only two people there, but I won a spin brush and the clay mask.
Crazy.
And I loved the clay mask so much that I bought it like 6 times after that from various people, and I was like addicted to it. I was like, I had to like meet ladies in a Starbucks parking lot to get it. It was wild. It was so crazy, guys. Anyway, but all of that to say, that's how I got my clay mask. I'm not endorsing that, but I did pay for it after that, but I won't buy it anymore because, you know, of all my values.
So there's your alternative then.
The alternative is I have my Aztec clay mask, and I should just use it. Anyway,
I know it's work, but it works so well.
It really good. And it does give you all the tingly feelings, which is fun. Anyway,
especially with the ACV, you gotta use it with the ACV.
I agree, even though it smells like booty.
Yeah, Jed refuses to go near me like a whole day after he knows that I've done that mask. He's like, I can still smell it on you.
It's pretty disgusting. Anyway, guys, we hope you have a great week, and we'll see you.
What was yours? You didn't even talk about yours.
I don't even care about it anymore. We talked about that for so long, and like I told you my hack.
What did you put though?
I just put, instead of buying their makeup, buy Elate makeup. It's the best. That's all I gotta say.
All right, cool.
Bye, guys.
Bye.